Meet George Jetson. His boy Elroy. Daughter Judy. Jane, his wife.
Well, here's a fun one. Why not do the Jetsons? This was an interesting Saturday morning cartoon, and I will have that nice, interesting story and review of the Jetsons right after this.
Jetson, you're late again. Sorry, sir, but I have to try the Jetson cereal. It's a whole galaxy of apple cinnamon shakes. Sounds good.
Let's do little boy.
Jetson! It is delicious.
Jetson cereal is part of this nutritious breakfast. The cereal of tomorrow you can eat today.
Well, this was the Jetson cereal that came out in 1990, and I never did either. So please comment below. I actually tried to find a Jetsons metal lunchbox commercial, and I could not find it. All I found was a Pawn Stars. I almost said the other thing. A Pawn Stars episode where they actually had a Jetsons lunchbox without the thermos. I do remember the episode, but that's not a commercial. So I'm getting my jaw dropped at what I almost said, so I will be slightly in trouble when we go off camera. So yes, so this is the Jetsons cereal. Please let me know if you remember it because I do not. So I was just very curious there. So now time to do the review on the Jetsons, and yes, this was a Saturday morning cartoon. It went into syndication very very fast because this show did not last. It only lasted one season because of poor ratings. So then what they did was they put it on syndication on Saturday mornings for several years, and then they actually brought back new episodes in 1985 that aired on Saturday morning. But I am doing the pilot episode that came out in 1962.
Well, that's means I've never seen it.
that would explain it. And then of course they did. I forgot to add this. And obviously after a couple seasons with the new ones, they of course released this on Boomerang several years later, and that's how somebody gave me the idea to eventually do the Jetsons. My wonderful wife to be actually gave me the idea to do the Jetsons because she did bring this up. So. So then I figured I would I would have a surprise by doing the Jetsons. So and again, this came out in 1962, and George O'Hanlon actually did the voice of George Jetson.
What about when it came back in 85? Same person? Or
I believe it was the same person. Yes, it was the same. It was the name. It was the same person because he did the voice until 1987. So yes, it was the same person, and Janet Waldo is Judy Jetson from 1962, and again till 1987. And Mel Blanc was actually Cosmo S. Spacely, and again we know who Mel Blanc is. He did several voices. He was.
No, I don't.
He was at Looney Tunes, I believe. He was Bugs Bunny and several others. He was, I believe, even Rocky and Bullwinkle. He did some stuff. So he is a very famous voice actor. And Dawes Butler is Elroy Jetson. And again, 1962 to 1987. And these people really only did mostly the Jetsons. That's why I'm not naming really anything else that they did. Now, on the other hand, we do have our friend coming back as Orbity.
What the hell did Orbity?
He was in the 1980s show. Frank Welker was Orbity, and he was in 20 episodes from 1985 to 1987. So Frank Welker gets to join us once again. and we get to mention Frank Welker. I'm so glad. I know who that is now. Um, and now Jean Pyle, sorry, was Rosie the Robot, and she was, and again, she was in all 58 episodes from 1962 to 1987. So, yes, so we definitely do have the rest of them. Penny Singleton was Jane Jetson, and it's the same thing. So she was also the voice in the 80s as well. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else I have to name. I don't think so. So I will just get right on to the whole. Oh, we got Hal Smith as Beta Ranch manager. He was only on for 3 episodes, but Hal Smith, of course, was the drunk bum who we all loved in the Andy Griffith Show.
Never heard.
I always forget. Oh yes, his name was Otis. Okay, I got it.
Never heard.
So now I do pilot episodes because I believe since this was originally there on prime time, it really had to make an impact and it really had to really attract audiences quick.
Which obviously it did not.
Well, thanks for the spoiler alert.
You already
So
said it back here, so that's one season.
yeah, but you don't know why. It could have been good and people just had
You
poor.
said low ratings.
Yes, but you don't know if it was just people just had different taste or maybe it was ahead of its time. I really don't know.
Obviously it has its time if it came back in.
But again, though, it was sort of competing with the Flintstones, and were there similarities? Absolutely. Only this was in space. So
Yeah, one was past, one was future.
yes, this was obviously future. There are some parts though that are pretty amusing.
Also, it lied.
It lied. Oh, what did it lie about?
We ain't flying in no cars.
No, and thank God we're not. Believe it or not, I did see glimpses of the second episode, and I think they should have really put some parts in the second episode into this one. I think it would have made a difference. But anyways, so it shows how George Jetson gets up in the morning. It shows now the thing is though this was a one income house, I believe. So the housework, everything is being done for them. There's some interesting robots going on the carpet, kind of like what are those e-bots or whatever they call them, the ones that vacuum the floors. Yeah. So there's some interesting stuff in here. So I will just show the first clip of how George Jetson wakes up in the morning, and this does have like a Flintstones feel to it. So I will show that clip in just a second.
George Jetson, time to get up, sir.
What? Was it? What?
Mr. Jetson, sir, time for us to get up, sir.
Well, once again, some very cheerful talks off camera. So, so now I think some people might actually take use out of this up and atom machine that is being used on George Jetson. Obviously, the talking alarm is not enough. He needed this whole thing to knock him on the head. And I think some brain damage was done during this because when he went to the bathroom, apparently in the 21st century, I'm seeing some similarities here. Um, you might just call me a stick in the mud, a person without a smartphone, but if people can get away with not combing their own hair, they would do it. Um,
You
yes.
do it all the time.
Yes, but actually putting a bowl on their head, like a hat helmet. They actually do sell these, believe it or not. They actually sell hat helmets, and they promise that your hair will grow back. I know somebody that actually did own one, and I laugh every time I hear the story. So, anyways, he presses the wrong thing, and he gives himself a nice little perm. He realizes his mistake, and then, of course, it went to his hair. So then when he goes to the bathroom, he doesn't even push a tube of toothpaste. It
You
just
don't know
goes,
what a perm is.
well, whatever. You
No,
know,
not a perm.
okay, fine. It was just a girl's haircut. So then he doesn't even take a tube of toothpaste. It just goes right in his face. So pretty interesting things here. So now we do get to meet Elroy in the next clip, and let's just say he might want Bob Vila to. Oh no, you don't want Bob Vila to come over because he'll make the situation worse. But he will put the cellulose from the walls in a nice unbaked pie. So we get to meet Elroy in just a couple seconds. I'll get that clip to you right now.
Elroy! I told you not to fly around in the house. Just look at that wall.
It's okay, Bob. I'm wearing my crash helmet.
Why aren't you in school?
Because it's Saturday.
Saturday.
So here's good old Elroy here, just flying right into the wall. And I love his attitude. He's just laughing, having a good time. And of course, his dad is mad that he went flying in the house. And of course, Elroy said, "I'm okay. I had on my crash helmet." Well, George isn't too happy because now he has to get somebody to fix that wonderful wall that has a huge John Goodman-sized crack in it. So this he was in Roseanne.
Never seen it.
I'm. You have seen John Goodman before. I know you like him.
Okay.
So now George Jetson is now wondering what Elroy's doing, and of course he forgets it's Saturday, and they're going to pick out a new car. So there apparently was a little bit of a robbery going on. So now let's see how this goes here. So George Jetson is looking at a very, in my opinion, a very ugly flying car. So I will show that.
His car.
Yeah, I know that. I'm getting to that.
He wants to replace it.
Yes, he wants to replace his ugly car probably with a uglier car. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Uh-oh. Here comes Mr. Orbit's crazy mop with the electronic brain. George, look out!
Get it out. Whoa, there.
So I guess they weren't really picking out the car yet, but we do get to we do get to see Mr. Orbity here with his I guess this is how they mop in the future. No, they do not do that yet, but we do have auto scrubbers that actually run by themselves. So the mop part, not quite. I really don't want that to happen. So, but now with AI, who knows? Obviously, I'm just trying to show the futuristic parts here, and now we get to see insurance companies at it. Let's see if they have. Let's see if they're more generous in this show. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Gentlemen, we will now vote on the question of raising capsule car insurance rates 100%.
I don't think it's necessary at this time, JB. I move we raise the rates 200%.
Well, little mistake here. This is not the pilot episode. This is actually episode 4. I am not used to doing TV shows on Disney minus. I'm used to actually having a physical copy. So I guess I just ran the Jetsons a little bit longer yesterday than I thought. So I guess I'm going to be. So I guess I'm going to review the 4th episode, but I will let you know what I think of the pilot anyways, regardless. I can do that. So
We're not fans. Yeah, we're done.
So I guess this one is interesting. I was wondering why there were criminals as I was going along. I was like, I don't remember this yesterday, and then I don't remember the part with the mop yesterday either. So then it just sort of came together, and I said, you know what? We are 13 minutes in. I don't think this is the pilot because I don't see Rosie the robot.
I didn't
So-
see this episode at all, to be honest with you.
So maybe she's just maybe she's a little rusty. So now they are still going to pick out a new car eventually, but they get. I'm sorry about that. I'm going over the stupid insurance company first. So yes, they want to raise rates. I guess even back then they were pulling these games. It must be Allstate. Or State Farm for that matter, whichever one is rips you off the most. Allstate,
All
you're
of
in. That is true. But if you have Allstate, you're in bad hands. So now they want to, of course, increase the rates. She flies through the window. They want to raise them even more. So now this part is pretty convenient. So they're about to get pulled over. We will find out how things are done in the 21st century. Are they close to today? Getting the tickets, absolutely. Do people speed and go through buildings? Oh, that happens every day. So, but we'll see how the ticket is handled. So I'll show you that clip in just a second.
Breaker on. Good morning, Judge. Your Honor, you see, I didn't realize that is I. Hold it. Time for the commercial. Friends, when my roof becomes soiled, I use Come Clean, the spot remover with the applicator top. One dab and it's clean. There. Remember, in my court, it's Come Clean. Now, back to the case. Okay, Jetson, come clean. I mean, guilty or not guilty? Well, I don't know, Your Honor. You see, I was driving and... Yes, I understand perfectly, Jetson. Not guilty.
So this is very convenient, I have to say. Instead of having to actually go in front of a judge, you can just do it right on a screen. I'm actually a little surprised this hasn't been done yet, but it hasn't. So this is
During COVID, it was.
I don't.
Closed.
I remember the courts were closed. Yes, I do remember that. Along with everything else in New York State. Um, yes, it was a very fun state to be in during COVID. Let me tell you. So.
I'm about to stay home with your dog. Be quiet.
Well, now that we're not getting into King Andrew Cuomo, and Poland farts, the county executive, we are now back with the Jetsons here. So he obviously he gets off scot free. He gets to go off because the judge is pretty much promoting a Pepto Bismol like substance. Only it cleans your clothes, but it definitely looked like Pepto Bismol to me. So I forgot what he called it, come on clean or something like that, where he just puts it on his come, yeah, something like that. So now that the judge has a sponsor, I guess he's very cheerful. So now the wonderful cop of the year apparently didn't see the paper. There's two criminals that robbed a bank, which to me is no big deal. They all deserve that, and well, they do.
You're gonna go to jail. You can't say that stuff on camera.
Oh, they're just banks. So nobody likes them, and if you do, you got a problem. So so anyways, so now the
305 subscribers.
I what?
You're going to lose 305 subscribers.
Oh, they don't like banks.
How would you know?
Oh. So anyways, so this wonderful copier didn't see the paper with the I forgot what they're called, the nuclear.
It's a key. Nuclear or something.
Yes, and there were and they and they end up robbing a bank. So now he thinks that that is the criminals are actually the Jetsons, and they are not. So the Jetsons are just trying to pick out a nice new flying saucer car. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Where the molecular motors workers take personal pride in the product of their labor. And on to the finished product, which is carefully tested.
That must be a Ford.
So this is how the cars are made. Some of them are durable. The ones that fell apart was either a Chevy or a Ford. So so now they did test drive them a little bit. So some of them went incredibly fast, and Janet didn't really appreciate that too much. Fine, Jane did not appreciate that too well, and neither did George. So now they do find their wonderful car that pretty much looks like a dinner plate with a lid on it. But the salesman finds something very interesting in there. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Well, maybe I could allow you something for the upholstery. Well. This is a novelty. An all-cash deal. Cash, yes, sirree. This entitles you to a free atomic lube and 5 supersonic washes.
Oh, but it's not our money.
And in addition, I'll throw in a rear view iconoscope and radar curve feelers. Huh? Not your money?
We've never seen that money before. George, I told you this wasn't our car.
It's not our car? Then where's the guy it belongs to?
All right.
So so now they went to get something out of the car, and they pull out a big bag of money. Obviously, that's not theirs. They should have just kept their mouths shut. They would have been able to get that flying dinner plate with a lid with cash. They wouldn't even have to go through a stupid bank. But they were honest about it, so now they have to find out where the money belongs. So we will meet those people in just a second.
Yeah, there's 2,000 tenants in this building, and any one of them, from the Astroblasts to the Ozodiacs, might have taken your car by mistake.
Oh, yeah? Well, when I get my hands on them, it'll be their last mistake.
So here's this Knuckles Nuclear. So this is the criminals that are causing a bunch of havoc. So they're going to tie this poor guy up who was just doing his job. So obviously they threaten to beat him up first, but then they just end up tying him up. So this is sort of a funny part here. So remember, the cops think that the Jetsons are actually Knuckles Nuclear. So the cops actually have their apartment surrounded. So so now the Jetsons don't know what's going on. So the kids put their hands up. The parents are obviously in the car, so they go through the garage where they're not seen. But they're going to give the cash back to Knuckles Nuclear, not knowing that he is the criminal since they got the cars mixed up.
But yeah, he seen his picture in the paper this morning.
But yes, he did see the picture in the paper that morning. So they returned the money without any issues, and then they also returned the car. But then they forget their. But then when George Jetson goes to point the gun, we'll see what happens with the. I believe this could be the final clip. This is the weirdest review I've done because I'm pretty much doing it blind. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Knuckles? Who's Knuckles?
Knuckles Nuclear, Daddy. The escaped convict.
Now, wait till the press hears about this, Mrs. Jetson. Your husband is a regular hero.
A regular hero.
So there will be one more clip, but we'll show this one first. So obviously the nice little criminals here are put their arms up the second he whips out that gun. He thinks it's just a toy. Well, it's not. It's actually baby gas. So don't worry, it doesn't kill anybody. It just pretty much knocks them out, and or they actually act like a baby. So it might put you down for a nap. You might suck your thumb. You might get a pacifier. Who knows? So so now that the bad guys are captured, the Jetsons get a new car. So the final clip I will show the new car, then I will do my review. So I will show that clip in just a second.
Our new car home, George.
Ah, it's okay, honey.
And you didn't say a word when I went through that red light.
Nah, didn't even notice it. Could happen to anybody. Okay? A little to the left, Mrs. Jetson.
That's good.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, this is the final clip here. So obviously they get their new car. It looks a little bit bigger than their other one. This one looks more like a casserole dish, not just a plate. So so he guides her in. Henry does. So he has little arrows. So this might insult some women drivers. Who knows? I don't know how things were back in the 1960s. I don't know if I don't know if women did a lot of driving. I really have no idea. I know my grandparents really my grandmas, my two of them really weren't too fond of it. So anyway, so moving on. So this is the final clip. So they do get the new car. The bad guys are all set. They're all in jail. So everything is now dandy in the nice world of the Jetsons. So there are a few more episodes to go. I think there were 13, I think, in the first season. So now that I did not do the pilot review, I guess I will do episode 4 instead. And I, believe it or not, I did this blind. This is the first time that I have actually seen this episode. Honestly, this was better than the pilot. There were a lot of amusing scenes here. So episode 4 was actually very, very good. If I had to grade this episode, I would probably give this about a B, which isn't bad, but to keep somebody interested in a TV show, I'm not sure if it's really enough. Um, the pilot, this is a lot better, like I said, than the pilot episode. Um, there were parts of the pilot episode I did like, but this one is a lot better, and you can catch these, like I said, on I believe on Hulu and Disney minus. You'll just have to watch a few ads if you do watch this on Disney. So,
You have to put in
oh, okay, unless you do have the premium, then how much is that? $90?
30 something.
I wasn't that far off. So this is definitely a show to check out. Again, I know that I know that it's reruns and there's not that many seasons, but it is definitely worth a look. Like I said many times, it's a lot better than the garbage that's on now. Um, there aren't any capes, but there's plenty of lasers. There's plenty of spaceships. A lot of futuristic stuff to keep your interest. This is definitely something that I will recommend this. My mom was a fan of this show, and I think she was very happy when it came back in the 80s. So definitely comment below, subscribe if you want, and thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. I believe there's 304 now. So thank you, thank you. We do appreciate that. So and we will see you next time. And why am I getting a look?